Welcome you to Los Angeles. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. And towing the slab here, Emmett Sheehan. What do we need to know here?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
Ready to go? Here's Ketel Marte.
Tonight, the designated hitter, number 4, Ketel Marte.
And we're underway. That one missed.
Well, second pitch of this game and already getting squeezed a little bit.
Right through there for a strike.
Got away with that one. Left the curveball up a little bit. He's going to have to finish it if it's going to be an effective pitch.
And a swing and a miss. Definitely not a partay for Ketel Marte. Okay, let's check out the lineup. We could be in for a power showcase today with the wind blowing out, a lot of lift and separate, Chris.
Well, we know hitters are in this era definitely trying to hit the ball in the air regardless of the conditions, but I think even a little more so there's margin for error if you can get the ball up in the air. So, you know, you'll see at times, I'm sure, with 2 strikes, what looks like a half swing that can get out of the ballpark with a hitter who's got decent pop.
The 1-0. A little out front there as he swings through it.
And he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Another 1-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Geraldo Perdomo digs in now. Oh, he doesn't get the call, and that's ball 1. Two down, nobody on. And another ball. Sheehan, 26 years old, and he was a 6th round draft pick in 2021. Fought off foul. Just missed.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it. So that's a good take by him.
And foul ball. Payoff pitch. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Too high, and it's ball 4.
Batting 4th, catcher Gabriel Moreno.
In the air, right field. Tucker settles under this one, and that's the 3rd out. The Dodgers coming up, and we are scoreless. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back here at Dodger Stadium, getting the nod on the mound, Ryan Nelson. What do you have on him?
Well, that 12-6 curveball explodes out of the hand, and because he's able to throw the high fastball at the top of the strike zone for a strike, hitters commit to that pitch, and before they know it, they're swinging over the top of that curveball.
Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Pitch misses, and it's 1-0.
Whoa.
Foul ball there. Strike two.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they creeping into my mind right now.
Next offering in the dirt. Ball three. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Batting second, right fielder.
Here's the Dodgers lineup now. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Chris.
Yeah, Boog. They understand various situations and think ahead of the opponent. Teams like this know how to get down to business and focus on the task at hand.
Late swing, foul to the left. You'll want. On the corner for a strike. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Out. 2 away now after the drop third strike.
Oh, that's pretty much the dream two-strike curveball. If you're the pitcher, hard downward break at the very end that just dips below the swing path. And they say pitchers want to try to bounce that pitch right on top of the plate. So that was exactly what he was looking for on the mound.
Here's Mookie Betts.
Oh, one.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike one.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
That one way inside. This to third, Arenado. Tosses to first, and Betts is set down. And that is that. We played an inning, no score. Back here in L.A., we move ahead to the top of the second now. Nolan Arenado stands in now for the Diamondbacks.
No.
Swing and a ground ball. Freeman takes it to the bag. 1 out in the second.
Batting sixth, first baseman Carlos Santana.
This one in the air, center field. Bayas moving under it. And there's 2 down.
Batting seventh, left fielder Jordan Lawler.
So digging in, Jordan Lawler.
Looks like a really good fastball today. You can hear that catcher's mitt popping. Looking forward to hearing a lot of that one in this one.
Ball. Low.
Line drive. And that is that. So 1, 2, 3 go to Diamondbacks. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here at Chavez Ravine. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Freddie Freeman. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average. But one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. You'll walk. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit both sides in terms of pitcher's arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
Santana steps on the bag. Leadoff man retired here in the second. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely, and I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field.
Pitch misses, ball one. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Pitch in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
And that one hammered. That's got a chance. That's down. One hops off the wall. He's in second with a 1-out double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. What a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all. Runner in scoring position now and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Here's Max Muncy.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt in the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
Swings through that one.
Larry Bullard making the calls behind the plate for us in this one. Pretty good strike zone. Well reviewed by those we talked to around the league.
Yeah, he's an umpire. He doesn't get a lot of looks from players, maybe here and there once in a while, but he's appreciated back there. And it's second. And there's the ball. Inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
0-0 here in the bottom of the second. Inside, backs him off again.
Well, you've got to establish the inside part of the plate early, and that sends a message not just to this hitter, but to the rest of the lineup as well.
Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That K is his 3rd of the game.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
And on second, 2 down. And there's a foul ball. Got him swinging. A double in the inning, but they leave him stranded. We head on down to the top of the 3rd. No score. Back here at Dodger Stadium, new inning getting started. Alec Thomas stands in now for the Diamondbacks. And ball one. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two.
Well, he left that changeup up. Got away with one there, and he'll take it, but doesn't want to make that mistake again.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Just off the outside corner. And the count is 2-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
He goes down looking.
Well, I think that was just a case of a hitter quitting on a pitch. He was looking fastball and didn't see it out of the hand and just left the bat on his shoulder. That was a changeup right over the plate. Probably not the location he was looking for, but the change of speeds is what fooled him, and he got the out.
That one fouled off. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that's 4 strikeouts.
That was a well-executed slider away for the strikeout right there. First 2 pitches filled up the zone and got him ahead 0-2 in the count. And at that point, you can start expanding the zone as a pitcher. He made him chase and got the quick strikeout.
Ketel Marte up to the plate. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Swing and a miss, and that is strike one. Two down, nobody on. Tap foul at the plate. Inside, almost got him. Gets a piece and stays alive. The 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Stays alive. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he strikes out the side in the 3rd. Diamondbacks down quickly. Still no score. Bottom of the inning. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Andy Pajas. Have to say, he's one of the most impressive young players I've seen in recent years.
Well, no question about it. His future is very bright. The city, the organization, both are excited about him. He has a lot to look forward to.
When you think about it, he may be in the league for the next 10 or 15 years. It just shaved the zone. So they've still got both their challenges. Here's your 1. And that's in for a strike. Out to short. Perdomo. Handles. Throws the first. Leadoff man retired here in the 3rd.
Second baseman, Miguel Rojas.
misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
The 1-0. And that's in for a strike. That's a little bit low. That one missing inside.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Fights it off. You'll see another.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Here's Ohtani. And that misses. And that's ball 1. Foul ball. Ball to strike. The pitch. Swings through that one for strike 2. And a good eye there. Outside low. Full count now. And that's ball 4.
Take your base.
Up next for the Dodgers, right fielder, Kyle.
So here's Kyle Tucker now. He's 0 for 1.
Ball inside.
Ohtani off of first with 2 away. Next offering is fouled back. Ball to strike. Foul ball there. The 1-2. That's inside. That one lifted to left. Lawler gets under it. And that ends the inning. On to the 4th. Still scoreless. Back here in L.A., start of the 4th, Corbin Carroll stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Late on that fastball. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row. Just cruising along.
Well, there he gets the slider in on his hands, and it just eats him up. You know, it's hard to get the bat around on a pitch like that in tight. You just feel like you're crowded on the inside part of the plate. Can't get any extension. That's one he definitely should have laid off of.
Way inside.
Great velocity at 97 at the top of the zone.
Ball 2.
Just missed.
That's a ball.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
All tied up, top half of inning number 4. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts.
Right, the start to this game on the mound, looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already, so this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
Moreno at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one. Swing and a miss.
He's in a great spot right here, ahead in the count 0-2. All 4 pitches in play right here, partner.
2 down, nobody on. That's to third, and that's a fair ball. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
When you go 0 for 5, 0 for 7, 0 for 8, it seems like an eternity, especially to start the season, because that's the one thing. Players want to get that first one out of the way so that they feel like, all right, I'm going to avoid this prolonged 0 for to start the season and get into a slump.
Ball outside.
Outside low, ball 2. Next offering is fouled back. And down on strikes. That's his 8th strikeout of the game. The 1 hit is all they get. We're midway in the 4th. We're tied, 0-0. Back here at Chavez Ravine, bottom 4, Mookie Betts steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Singy, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Oh, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Swing and a miss. Going to count 1 and 2. Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
For the Dodgers, first baseman, ready.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
He's been very consistent with his command out there on the mound, consistently throwing at the knees. Pretty impressive when a guy can repeat his delivery like this.
That one ripped right center field. Thomas running hard to get it. And an automatic double as it hops the fence.
Well, there's something really nice about getting yourself an automatic double like that. You get to stroll into second base without having to worry about a throw or getting your uniform dirty. And now you're just looking for the next guy to kind of do the same thing. Maybe put one in the gap so you can jog home as well.
Will Smith to the plate. First pitch, and he has to get out of the way. The Dodgers looking to strike first. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. That one hammered, but pulled foul. Did he go? Swing, appeal to first. And yes, he did. He went around. And it's second. That one ran inside, almost got him. In the air, right field. 2 away.
Up next for the Dodgers, third baseman,
Max Muncy at the dish. Struck out swinging his first time.
Oh.
And on second, 2 down.
Well, no need to go right at this guy. First base is open. He can hurt you. So make him expand his zone. If he doesn't, give him a walk.
Next pitch misses. 3 balls, no strikes. Teoscar Hernandez in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And there's the automatic. Fastball for a strike. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
up next for the Dodgers, left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Swing and a pop-up. Tawa under. That is the inning. Through 4, still tied. Zip, zip. Back here at Dodger Stadium, ready now for the 5th inning. Carlos Santana stands in now for the Diamondbacks.
Well, these Diamondbacks, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group. And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
Next one in the dirt. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. That's his 9th strikeout so far.
Well, pitchers have become so much better at commanding that high fastball. It used to be that a lot of pitchers didn't like to throw it because it threw off their release point and their mechanics, and they're aimed at keeping everything at the knees, get ground balls. But because hitters get a swing path that can lift balls at the knees up in the air and over the fence, this pitch has come back into play, and they are doing some special things with it.
In the air to left center, Bayas on the move to the alley. And that quickly 2 away.
Up next, for the Diamondbacks, center fielder,
Alec Thomas now. Caught looking his first time up. That one almost got him. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That one carrying. Going. Gone. That'll fire up the dugout. And that's how they take the lead. It's 1-0.
Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Swings through that. That one outside. And that is ball 1. Two down, nobody on. We're at the top of the 5th. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. Didn't go. Swing and a miss, and he got him. So he cracks double digits with his 10th strikeout. 1 scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. It's now 1-0. This is NL West action on MLB The Show. We head to the bottom of the 5th, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Andy Bayas.
Well, these fans definitely want to get involved in the game. All it's going to take is to get the leadoff man or even a base runner off.
First signs of movement in that bullpen out there. Kevin Ginkel, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Falk getting loose as well. The 0-1. That one missed. Sliced hard but foul. That one not close. And the count's even at 2. Got him. Larry Bullard rings him up.
Up next, for the Dodgers, second baseman, Miguel Rojas.
So the Dodgers are going to have to try and come from behind, try and get that offense going.
Oh.
Gets him to chase after that one.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 1-2 now. Battling here as he fouls it away. 1-2 now. And that's outside. That one misses. Full count now. Chases in the dirt. Slider there. Got him. 2 gone after the strikeout.
That's that classic wipeout slider below the zone right there. Just nasty. Looks like a fastball thigh high that you got to protect the zone, and then it's just that late break that fools you and kind of makes you look silly.
Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Here's some real power at the plate. Shohei Ohtani. Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball 1. Two down, nobody on. And now 2-0. Swings through that one out in front that time. And delivers outside. Kyle Tucker waiting on deck if they extend the inning.
Plenty of pop in his bat, so he could give them the lead with 1 swing if he gets the chance.
And ball 4 there. Tying run is on base.
Up next for the Dodgers, right fielder
Torey Lovullo is out of the dugout, and he's going to make a move here. Ryan Nelson won't go any further, and a nice effort out of him, no doubt. New arm coming on. We'll be back for that in a moment. Now on the mound for the Diamondbacks, Kevin Ginkel. He has a great slider with tons of movement. First, they'll tie it back in. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. Out of here. He hammers one out to right. And they take the lead. It's 2-1. He only needed 1 swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one. You know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
Mookie Betts will make his way to the plate. Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in at last half of inning number 5. That one missed, now 3-0. Fastball for a strike.
One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
There's a strike.
3-1 count. Saying to himself, I've got to get a fastball here. Just spins a get-me-over breaking ball. Bring the count full.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Payoff pitch. On the ground to the left. Perdomo fires to first on the run. It's there, and that's a great play. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far. Ketel Marte stands in now for the Diamondbacks.
Ketel Marte.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Here comes the 0-1. Out towards right center. That's well struck. That's got a chance. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Up next, for the Diamondbacks, right fielder, Corbin Carroll.
Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Alex Vesia, the lefty with big swing and miss stuff, is getting ready. Trying it. Warming up as well. The 1-0.
Well, struggled a little bit in this one. A couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at-bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
That misses.
No, that's a ball.
3.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Out number 2.
Up next, for the Diamondbacks, shortstop, Geraldo.
Now up next for Arizona, Geraldo Perdomo. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Bayas makes a nice grab and a full sprint. Nothing doing for Arizona. They're down 2-1. Well, we go bottom 6. Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Freddie Freeman.
You know, these Dodgers really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. They really made that opposing starter work in this one. Ran his pitch count up, and now they've got an opportunity to continue making things difficult on the bullpen.
Hammered down the right side, but foul.
And no, they haven't broken through in a big way in the runs column, but with the way they're grinding out at-bats, it definitely feels like there's potential for more coming.
Lifted in the air down the left side, and it's a foul ball. Hard ground ball, base knock. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Up next, for the Dodgers, catcher Will Smith.
Strike! Woo!
Here comes the 0-1.
Ball.
Now he can't squeeze it behind the plate, and the runner holds. Freeman gets his lead at first. Nobody out. And a foul ball.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch on this next one.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Carroll quickly throws it in, and it's now first and second to start the inning. Here comes Max Muncy. He is struck out, and he is walked. Fastball for a strike. First and second, no outs. Here in the bottom of the sixth. That one fouled off. The 0-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. That one misses. Ball 1. And it's a called strike after the review. They'll keep both their challenges.
Up next for the Dodgers, left fielder, Oscar Hernandez.
Little trouble with this one behind the plate, but no advance from the runners. That one close, ruled the ball, and the count is 2-0. It just shaved the zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. Two on, 1 out. Fly ball down the line. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. I really think the outer half is open.
Next one off the plate inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Line drive, base hit. Here comes Freddie around third. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Well, he comes through clutch with the RBI single. That was big. Shortened up the swing and went right back up the middle.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Kevin Ginkel will depart, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for
Brandon
Arizona,
Falk gets the
number
call from the
33,
pen.
Brandon Falk.
Runners at the corners here, 1 away. Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the Dodgers. That's a strike across the top of the zone.
Well, they say it's the best pitch in baseball. Strike 1. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. Gives you a little bit more confidence to move through the at-bat.
The 0-1. And that one fouled off. The 0-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. Here's the 0-2. That's down and in. Runners are at the corners, 1 away. Fouls that off to the left, and will do it again. Good job to fight that one off. And a 1-2. That's a base hit, run score. Makes the turn at second, heads to third. Now the throw comes in, runner holds at third.
Comes through with the RBI. When you can turn a ball around at 107 off the bat, it's going to make you feel really good inside. He elevates that a little bit more. It's definitely out of here.
Nope. That's inside.
Oh, he's so good about trying to drive the ball to the opposite field gap in these situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. Yeah, that's ball 2. The other way, base hit, 1 run is in. Throw comes in and holds the runner at third. They're at the corners now with still only 1 away.
Picks himself up an RBI. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Very big at bat coming up as Shohei Ohtani steps into the box.
Oh.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Shohei scores. It's an RBI single, and the lead is up to 5. Over to third, but the throw's offline.
Well done. Drives in the run. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Torey Lovullo is out of the dugout, and he's going to make a move here. Brandon Pfaadt is done. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. So out of the pen for the Diamondbacks, Jonathan Loaisiga.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Here's Kyle Tucker. Can't forget the 2-run shot he launched out of here in the 5th.
Yeah, one of the biggest swings of the game, Boog, as he looks to make even more of an impact in this at-bat right here.
Shohei on the go. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Dodgers, shortstop, Mookie Betts.
The shortstop takes the ball. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit, 1 score. Two aboard, 2 outs. Here is Freddie Freeman. First pitch way inside a fastball. Two on, 2 outs. Just off the inside edge.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Next off is down low. Ground ball right side, and that's just foul. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Out looking. Ends the inning after they racked up a bunch of runs. All in all, 10 come to the plate. They bat around at 5 scores. 7th inning coming up. It's the Dodgers 7 and the Diamondbacks 1. This is NL West action on MLB The Show. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Jack Dreyer. The offense will need to be ready for the breaking stuff. He's got a great curveball.
Leading off for Arizona, catcher Gabriel Moreno.
Jackknifes out of the way.
They can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters, even if you give up a solo shot.
The lefty, the 1-0.
Up. That's out the corner.
And a foul ball. This one in the air, center field. Bayas coming on, pulls it down, and he makes the catch. 1 away.
Up next for the Diamondbacks, third baseman.
Here's Nolan Arenado. Swinging a foul straight back. Oh, 1 down. He swings and fouls one off. Dreyer, in his 2nd season, he features a slider, a 4-seamer, and he occasionally uses a curve. That missed by a lot. Ball 1.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and there's 2 away.
Man, that slider bearing into your hands like that, it's just so tough to fight off. It's kind of like a cutter and just can eat you up, saw you off. Tell you what, hitters have nightmares about that pitch. Perfectly executed out there on the mound.
Tap foul at the plate. Two down, nobody on. And that skips into dirt. Swings over the top of that one.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Just off the inside corner. And the count is even, 2-2. Fights it off. He'll see another.
Well, you put good velocity in the head of the hitter. He's got to get it ready early and then change speeds. Keep him off balance. That's the goal.
That one almost got him.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Draws the walk
for it.
there.
Take it, baby.
And he made that pitcher throw 9
Next, for
times on the way to that walk.
Left fielder, Jordan Lawler.
It appears Dave Roberts is going to dig into his bullpen as he comes out of the dugout to make the change. Jack Dreyer won't go any further tonight. And as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching for the Dodgers.
Edgardo Henriquez on the pitch out of the pen here.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
2 outs, runner at first. Jordan Lawler stands in now for the Diamondbacks.
Strike. Woo. Nope, that's off the plate.
And he gets that fastball by him upstairs. The Diamondbacks with a lot of ground to make up here in the top half of inning number 7. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. 1 left for the Diamondbacks. They're down 7-1. Back here in LA, they put themselves out in front with a nice display at the plate. Take a look at the spray chart for where their hits have landed.
Yeah, it looks like they've been spreading it out pretty well in this one, Boog. Spraying the ball all over the yard. Good team effort at the dish.
That one finds the zone. Strike 1. And there's a ball.
Ball 1.
It just shaved the zone. So they've still got both their challenges. Oh, and 2 now. Ball 1 there. Swings and misses, and that's the first out.
Well, that's a blue zone right there, or the cold zone on the hitting chart. Just doesn't have much success in that part of the strike zone. And a really good job of the pitcher executing. Try to go there as often as you can. The numbers are in your favor.
Here's Muncy to hit. A walk and a pair of strikeouts. Just off the inside edge. Fastball, and he gets out of the way. The Dodgers up big in this one. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. In the air to left center. Lawler under it. 2 away now.
Up next for the Dodgers. Left
Here comes the
fielder,
manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Jonathan Loaisiga gives way, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching for
Number
Arizona.
67
Number
taking
67,
over on the mound.
Juan
He's
Barrio.
making his 2nd appearance of the season. Swing and a miss. That one at 101.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
0-1. And that one is lifted in the air. Thomas coming on. And that is that. No runs, no hits, no errors. 8th inning coming up. It's the Dodgers 7 and the Diamondbacks 1. Back here at Chavez Ravine, ready to begin the 8th. Alec Thomas stands in now for the Diamondbacks. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game.
Nope, that's high.
Look, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
And that gets the top of the zone for a strike. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Next one misses. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now one missed. Stays alive. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Up next for the Diamondbacks, second baseman Tim Tawa.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Tucker racing over to make the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next for the Diamondbacks, the designated hitter, Ketel Marte.
So back to the top of the order. An outstanding hitter in Ketel Marte. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on-base slugging too.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power, but then if this hitter gets a strike or 2 on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
Almost got him.
Oh.
And they'll do it again. Man at first, 1 away. That one the other way. That's a base hit. They fired in quickly, so it's 1st and 2nd with only 1 away.
Gotta love the resiliency he showed in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes.
Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
The D-backs with a chance to get back into it. And we're in the top of the 8th. On the ground, right side. To Betts at 2nd for 1. Over to 1st, safe.
Up next for the Diamondbacks, shortstop Geraldo Perdomo.
So up next, Geraldo Perdomo. Singy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots.
Well, I think it's the ability to assess the situation, understanding what the pitcher has, what he's trying to get people out on, and then being able to use the entire field.
This one ripped, but foul to the right.
If you're a guy that can only hit to one field, then you're really not going to be able to come through in clutch situations because pitchers are going to adjust. But because he's able to use the entire field, that's why he's so successful in these situations.
2 on, 2 outs. Way inside, gets out of the way.
That's the ball.
And a payoff pitch. Strikes him out with 100. This game's a bit of a blowout, Singy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's do it.
All right, Singy, when you played, how much of a fashionista were you? Would you come to the ballpark dressed to the nines?
No, I wouldn't. Even on the road trips, I was, pretty average. There were some guys that would dial it up, and there'd be some outfits where you're kind of double taking and saying, where in the world are you going? But overall, I'd say I kept it low key.
Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Taylor Clark preparing to come on if needed. Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play a ton of baseball as a kid. Next offering misses. 3 balls, no strikes. Remember Mark Kotsay was a real good defensive outfielder. Good instincts, not great speed. 3-0 down. And a strike right through there. That one at triple digits. Three-1 now. In the air, right field. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Dodgers, second baseman, Miguel Rojas.
And that is out of play.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. In the air to left center. Lawler takes it in for the out. And there's 2 away.
Up next for the Dodgers, designated hitter,
Shohei Ohtani up to the dish.
Ohtani.
Not your prototypical leadoff guy. Gets on base, yes, but also some power. And it's quickly 0-2 on the designated hitter. Two down, nobody on. And a swing and a miss. 3rd out, and that ends the frame. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here, and they're on top 7-1. New pitcher for the Dodgers, number 78.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Leading off for the Diamondbacks, catcher Gabriel Moreno.
On the ground to short. Throw on to Freeman, and the leadoff man retired here in the ninth.
Up next for the Diamondbacks, third baseman Nolan Arenado.
Here's Nolan Arenado. 0 for 3 in this one. Going 1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. And that is downstairs. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Next offering is outside. Arenado started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, no swing. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. 2 down.
Up next for the Diamondbacks, first baseman Carlos Santana.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. Two down, nobody on. High fly ball, right field. Tucker should have this one. He'll squeeze it for the final out, and the Dodgers take this one in a blowout.
So many festivities and excitement around opening day. It's great to come out and get that first one out of the way. You carry that momentum into the second game of the year, and you hope that it extends for a good period of time.